Hello there, we're going to go through the 9-month later review of the Merrell Vapour Glove 3 in the Lunar colour. If you want to see the initial unboxing review, head to the tab up above and you can see my impressions on having opened it for the, well, not necessarily the first time, I'd already worn it for a day by that point, but my initial reviews of the Merrells. And hopefully today I'm going to answer some of the questions I raised back then 9 months ago. Usage, I haven't done any runs in them, unfortunately, but mainly it's been used for day-to-day wear. So walking around the gym floor, working with clients, that's been their main use. And I dare say they have been very comfortable for that period of time. There's no impingement on the toe box, there's no drop. It just feels like having a sock on my foot. I have used them for a little bit of training every now and then. So when I've had to be with a client and I do my own training session before or just after, straight away I've worn these as well, but more out of necessity than desire. I have also used them for a little bit of longsword fencing sparring, and I'll tell you more about that in a moment. So the initial review then, these are currently on Merrell for £110, or Merrell's website for £110. 9 months later, do you get £110 worth of use out of them? Well, 9 months on, there's been a little bit of separation of the sole from the side of the shoe on one foot, and same again, ever so slightly towards the little toe on the other shoe as well. No, and it's only been 9 months, okay? Those separations started, I think, within about 6 weeks of owning them. I did contact Merrell about this problem and they sent me a full refund, okay? I had to cross out the label on the inside of the shoe, so I'm guessing that's so that I can't send them back. There's some sort of obvious way that these have already been refunded. And they did send me a full refund, so kudos to Merrell. They said perfectly well that these were not to my high expectations, so there's nothing they can really do. They've given me a refund. Have the issues got any worse? Now, this is partly why I haven't been for a run in them. I don't want this separation to get worse. To be fair, the separation hasn't got any bigger, but I'm also not really that impressed that the separations even occurred, especially within 6 weeks, let alone 9 months, at a cost of £110, especially when you consider my Adidas Ultra Boosts. Now, I've had these 7 years, okay? These are £120 back when I bought them, so, you know, for inflation and whatnot, they're kind of a little bit more expensive. These 7 years, I've ran in them, I've done workouts in them, I've done Spartan races in them, I've gone on holiday and done nothing but wear these all day long for the fact that I have a limited space in my luggage, so I only need 1-2 pairs of shoes, these and a smart pair, and these are the ones I chose. And for 7 years of use, the only bit of damage is there's a bit of fraying material around the top of the big toe, and the heel, there's some separation on there as well. 7 years later, 9 months already separation, 7 years separation. So that's kind of a bit of a bugbear about barefoot or minimalist shoes, is that you have to pay so much for them. Now, I have an engineering background, so I know full well that to manufacture this shoe, the R&D and development is no way near as complex as something like this, where you've got to manufacture the sole, you've got to manufacture all the cushioning, you've got to manufacture the cage to go around the shoe as well. This is far more complex. Granted, Adidas is a much bigger company than Merrell as well, but still, why are you paying similar cost for what is effectively a lot less material and a lot less technology? So it's a bit of a bugbear. So when I do buy minimalist shoes, you're not buying them for technology. foot is the thing that gives you all the support. So you're buying them for puncture resistance on the against thorns, against stones, things like that, and you're buying them for durability. Okay. So if I'm paying the same amount of money, I want them to last as long, if not longer, because there's literally less material in it. I'm not purchasing as much physical material. So in that respect, £110 versus 120, yeah, the durability isn't really appealing to me all that much. And then if you think that my trail gloves, which are probably about 3 years old, have got very similar issues in the same sort of places, you've got to respect that, you know, what kind of durability is Merrell putting into these. Now, these are the ones that I use for workouts, right? When I have a choice between wearing these for a workout and wearing my trail gloves, I wear the trail gloves. I also use them for sparring as well, because with longsword sparring, even with the heel lock system in place on the Vapour gloves, my heel slips out. Now, they do fit, they are the correct size, they're a little bit big, but heel slips out. Whereas the trail gloves are the same size, yet my foot stays in all the time. And yes, there's a different lacing system of the trails. I've got the lock laces and the Vapour gloves I don't. I did have lock laces for the Vapour gloves, but the particular lock laces I bought broke within a week. And then I've just gone to normal lacing, their standard lacing, just to save the hassle, especially for what I use them for, just walking around the gym floor. Now, the laces themselves, they do, although they are flat lacing, which I do prefer, they do have a tendency to, at least when they're double knotted, the double knot will come undone down to the single knot, and the single knot will stay where it is. But I don't like that extra bit of flappy lace walking whilst you're walking around. So laces are okay, they do the job, not really much more to be said there. Now, one of the issues I did raise in the initial unboxing with these being suede is whether they'll stain or discolour. Now, you probably might already be able to tell these have changed colour quite a bit. I have cleaned them. They're a lot greyer than they used to be. They used to be a little bit more of a vibrant blue. So they're a lot greyer. They have changed the colour a bit. And there are little bits of stains where, you know, water drops, little mud drops have gone on. It doesn't affect their use. But of course, again, longevity, I'm not overly keen on the fact that they have stained a little bit. Is that my fault for buying suede? Probably. But I'm still not keen on it anyway. The grip, however, is done fairly well. There's only mild wear, fairly close to the inner edge of the foot and the big toe. But there's been minimal wear. I also haven't really put them through their paces either. So actually, is that minimal wear too much for how much I've been wearing them? I don't know. They're doing the job so far. They're keeping me upright, you know, giving me just enough grip, especially for what I use them for. So I suppose the big question is, would I buy these again? Now, I'm gonna say probably not, okay? It's not that they're bad. No, they do the job. They don't interfere with my own natural support of my foot. There's no compression on the toe box. They are really comfortable to wear all day. It's just that due to the durability issue, especially for the price, I would probably try other brands. Now, I did try Vivos before, so you can see my review on a pair of those I did get for myself a while back. I would probably go and try some Vivos again, maybe a different style of shoe, and see if that fits me over these, mainly because some of my clients have Vivos and they've had them for years and they look just fine. So they look like my concerns of durability for the cost are there with Vivos, whereas Merrell kinda doesn't. It does the job, and like I say, my trail gloves have served me really well. I have put these through their paces. They are showing their age in their use. It's a shame that they don't seem to have these on Merrell anymore. But the gloves, the Vapour gloves, yeah, probably not again. So what's your experience with Merrell's been like? Have you had a better experience than I have? Am I just the odd one out, or are you experiencing similar issues, similar little bits of wear and tear, especially early on? And what was Merrell done about it? You know, I've managed to get a full refund. Granted, I did approach them within 6 weeks of owning the shoe. You know, if you've left it a bit long, you might not get a refund. We'll see. Hopefully, I'll hear back from you and your experience, and I'll see you again for the next review.